Russia's war in Ukraine and Western sanctions against Moscow have disrupted global commerce, pushed up oil prices, threatened food supplies, and increased uncertainty as the world struggles to recover from the pandemic, causing the International Monetary Fund to downgrade its global economic outlook.
Even before the war, inflation in many countries had been rising due to supply-demand imbalances and policy support during the pandemic, prompting a tightening of monetary policy.
The IMF slashed its global growth forecast from 4.4% to 3.6%, the World Bank from 4.1% to 3.2%. Increased energy and commodity prices have led to less output and more inflation. The White House is blaming Moscow.
We've said this from the beginning, that the invasion of Ukraine by President Putin and Russia is going to have a continued impact on the global economy, whether it is on the oil markets or other areas.
Add to that a slowing of the Chinese economy due to frequent lockdowns caused by the Omicron variant of the coronavirus.
First of all, China has imposed a quarantine of 1 week on goods that come into China. And that means that manufacturers that use chips from other places, such as South Korea, are not getting the inputs they need to make the goods in China. Second, there's congestion at the ports because of the lockdown, such as Hong Kong and Shanghai.
A key goal for central bankers attending the spring meetings of the IMF and World Bank in Washington is to curb inflation without sending the world into recession by gradually increasing interest rates, preferably in a coordinated way.
That would prevent inflation from spilling over from one place to the other. But it's a delicate task because we do have equity markets that are very buoyant. We've got housing markets that are very buoyant. So this is not going to be easy to raise interest rates in a way that will bring down inflation without producing a recession. They probably let the inflation get too far ahead of them for them to engineer a soft landing at this stage.
Amid Western efforts to isolate Russian President Vladimir Putin, coordination may prove challenging. The U.S. is skipping some of the group of 20 G20 finance ministers meetings this week to protest Moscow's participation in the group over its actions in Ukraine. Patsy, Widakuswara, VOA News, Washington.